Good morning, friends. It is August 7th, 2025, and I am back. So happy to see you today. Just busy this summer, as we all can say without too much hesitation. And I was determined this week, before the week got away from me, to come show you what I've been up to. And I want this video to be all about cross stitch except for one small crochet start. But I will give the big announcement of the expected granddaughter before I jump into the cross stitch. Born over a month ago, beautiful baby girl, so healthy and very sweet and, oh my goodness, so loved by her family. My husband has spent time with them. I have not been yet. So we are looking at the calendar for the next few months and working with air travel and all those fun things so that I can get over there and love on that precious granddaughter. That evens us up to 6 granddaughters and 6 grandsons. What a blessing. And I hope I haven't figured that wrong. One of my children is going to be saying, Mama, but I'm almost positive that's correct. We are so blessed. And welcome to that beautiful, precious baby girl. All right, guys, you know that on this channel, you see a woman who has start-itis and who never minds if she has a million WIPS, because I think I just enjoy the process. I especially enjoy the starting process or the choosing new designs and fabrics. But today, I have 2 finishes and I have several pieces, well, 2, that will be close to a finish and hopefully will be a finish before you see me again. So if you remember this Bothy Threads kit that I acquired the last time we were with this family in England, and it is called The Birds and the Bees. Guys, it's finished, and I think we will very soon go to get it framed. I hope this will show well in this light, and I did press that, but I can still see hoop marks. It behooves me to press a little more. This is 16 count Aida, speckled Aida they call it, and the last time you saw it, it had not been backstitched. Now I will admit to you that getting that backstitching on that bird was a challenge because of the dark brown colors. But doesn't the backstitch make it look so real? And that daffodil as well. I love the little ladybug. I think I told you that before. So this was a souvenir from our trip because we were there in the spring and saw all the gorgeous daffodils all over England and Scotland. And we found this kit in a John Lewis department store. And of course, it had to come home with me. So after some better pressing, we will hopefully either frame this ourselves or get it framed. So again, Bothy Threads, the birds and the bees. Every time I talk about Bothy Threads, I highly recommend them to you. If you have not tried one of their kits, just know that you will enjoy not only the box for storage, but their precious instructions and helps. This whole back is full of what you can do if you need help. I love them, and I have 3 of their kits that my husband selected for me that are calling, so we'll see which one I start next. The next finish is from the book that I have shared with you, recommended by Natalie, Home Sweet Home Handmade. And as I have told you before, if you want to flip through this book, go to Home Sweet Home Handmade. And when I spoke with you before, let me be still so that you can get this if you need it. The 2 that I had told you I was going to do are not the 2 that I worked on, but I do have 1 finish and 1 in process, so I can't wait to show you those. The one I completed is the girl on the beach, and people, it was one of those projects where you couldn't put it down, and you know that kind of project. So here we are. Sorry to wiggle. They actually put theirs on a bag. I want mine framed, but look how delightful that is. It is actually called Summer Days. And I was waiting, when I spoke with you before, on a fabric to come in at my needlework store, because I had gone down there to look for fabric, and I got impatient. So do you know what I did? I'm getting brave. I went to my stash and I found this 28 count even weave, and I tea-dyed it. And I have enough to make probably 4 of these designs, I hope, at least, because I want to stitch them all. So here is my, and again, why did I press so badly today? Y'all, I'm sorry. Here is my girl on the beach. Oh, what fun. I think the colors draw you in, but then the design elements of the face and features of the people, and then the background around them. That palm tree and those beach huts and that umbrella. Now, I will admit that this yellow all around, which is supposed to be sand, I'm not sure why it was chosen yellow, but I followed directions and I love it. That got a little tedious because you're supposed to count and skip and count and skip. And then the blue water as well. But it's so worth it when you see that finished design. So this is 2 over 2 on the 28 count with the called for DMC. Just fun. And I love the beach. It's one of my happy places, so I will treasure this. And we had been to the beach with our daughter and her family up in North Carolina. So I think that was why I chose this particular design to start. So 2 finishes, maybe kind of small, but oh, so glad to have those done. While I'm on the subject of the book, that we ordered, that my husband got me for my anniversary, let me show you the one that I am working on. And this is the one that has my Lucy girl in it. It's a boy and a girl with a dachshund. Of course, I didn't mark it. Please forgive me. I will need to change the color of the dachshund because the one in here is a darker one. Well, where are you? Okay, page 12. So here is the one I'm working on. And you can see that's Lucy. I just need to make her lighter in color and maybe a little fluffier. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but we'll figure it out. So I have finished the girl in the middle and started the green underneath. I think I'm going to go over to the boy because I have not found my floss for Lucy. And so let me show you this design, same fabric that I tea-dyed and same bright, cheerful colors. Let's see if I can show you this one. Forgive the thread that is at the bottom hanging because I was stitching green the other day. There she is. Guys, I'm in the kitchen today, hoping the lighting is better, and I'm not sure. But will you look at those details? Her little blue shoes and her blue bows. I did make her blonde. This designer just has such a touch for the detail. So hopefully when I see you again, I will have at least the boy finished. I wish I could say this would be a finish, but I'm not going to promise. We never know what might call us. All right, now let's see where we are. 2 more WIPS and, well, sort of a third WIP that's also a haul. We'll go right on through. Forgive me if I'm rushing. So last time we were together, I think I showed you where I was on the Rosewood Manor piece that was a birthday gift to me from Natalie, and it is called Blue Rhapsody. And of course, I'm a blue girl to the heart. So I love, love, love this design. Always love Rosewood Manor. So I wanted to show you today the 2 DMC colors I chose, and then I will show you how far I've gotten. So I am using DMC 311 and DMC 794. Let me try to hold those up for you. I'm not sure how that will translate once we show you the piece. But that is 794 and 311. Love those colors. So I have finished page 1. Let me hold it up for you. Look at this, people. Now those colors are showing up better in here. Butterflies finished. The little corner designs are finished. The top and bottom up to the page break. I didn't go ahead. And then you can see which parts of the alphabet are finished. This is also 2/2 on 32 count white linen, and it is Zweigart. Natalie, thank you so much for choosing this. What a lovely stitch, and definitely what a great addition it will be to our decor, as they say. Rosewood Manor. Love that one so much. And then I also had been working on the piece that my husband picked out on one of our little trips that we took and went up to Arkansas. We had gone to the Shepherd's Needle, and that shop, oh people, if you ever are in Little Rock, go to the Shepherd's Needle. But this is called Token of Love, and it is a miniature Quaker sampler by With Thy Needle and Thread. And so I pretty much, with that sweet lady, the owner's help, and her name just left my brain that very moment. She's delightful. She helped me choose fabric, and we did get the specialty threads. And I want to share those with you while I have them here, because last time I was so vague about what they were. So I'm going to tell you quickly what those colors are. Weeks Dye Works Schneckly, that's a word. Don't know what that means. Weeks Dye Works Oscar, that's very familiar. Weeks Dye Works Olive. Classic Color Works Deep Fennel, and y'all, that color I think is my favorite. Deep Fennel. And that one just fell out. Classic Color Works St. Bernard, also a beautiful color. And there's one more. You would know they'd all fall out when I'm trying to talk to you. Weeks Dye Works Sand Castle. So those are all the threads that were required, and I did purchase those when I was at the Shepherd's Needle. So here is where we are. Oh, let me tell you this. I even have the fabric today. Put me a point in the category of she got some details today. This is Weathered Shingle by R&R Linen, and it is a 36 count. And I'm going to put that back in with that stitch so that I don't lose my information. And Natalie, I am trying to write things down in my journal you selected for me. I've got to get better at that. Too busy stitching to write details. So here is where I am. And the latest finish, excuse me, well, pickle. Y'all need more clips. The latest finish, sorry people, this is embarrassing, is the crown. Can you see the crown right here? And then this flower basket. But let me hold it still, and you can see those colors in all their glory. So now today, I'm hoping to work down on the bottom of the house, and then I'll be able to count over under that flower basket and fill in the motif down there, and then work from the other side of the house to finish the motif down there. There are a few tiny motifs like this one here that I will need to fill in, which I have not done. But I hope you can see those colors better today. They don't always show up, but it's just gorgeous. And I do have another Brenda Gervais in my stash that I want to start, since this is my first one. Let me show you the photograph one more time so you can see what's left. Not tons, but if I got the bottom of the house done, I think I could work from there to get those other motifs finished. And I'm going to tell you about 36 count. I don't always buy 36 count because, y'all, I'm sorry, I'm getting hot in here. It's summer. We're going to probably be 95 before the day's over. When you start on 36 count and you have good light, some people use a magnifier. I don't have a magnifier light, but once your eyes adjust, it's not a problem. So some stash that I'm going to show you, I did order 36 count. It means you can frame a smaller piece, which is less expensive, but it also means you have those delicate stitches and you can stitch 1 over 2, which I forgot to tell you. And if you're using specialty floss, whether it's silk or over-dyed cotton, that saves you on your floss too. I'm not brave enough to do 40 yet. I don't know if I will. 32 is still my favorite, but 36 has just been delightful on a token of love. Okay, I too have one more WIP, which was a new start. So I guess I'll talk about that. I've never been a needle pointer. I did a piece many years ago for my mom, which is framed. It was totally beginner. Beautiful violets. She loved purple flowers, pansies and violets. But my husband had ordered a couple of pieces from Liberty of London. We had bought a piece, a stocking kit, when we were there at one point. But he had ordered this one for me, and I've probably shown it to you before. It is the Liberty of London building, and it was done by the company Primavera. Now, mine is not going to be a cushion. He's already put his foot down about that. We're going to have it framed. But I went with a dear friend down to a different needlework shop down in Cleburne, Texas. And they specialize in needlepoint almost more than cross stitch, but they have both. So I took this with me because I needed some expert advice. And so she was so kind. The owner of that store has got to be one of the sweetest ladies in her late 80s and still running her own needlework shop. It's amazing. But she put this on, let's put it on the board again, on a needlepoint frame for me. Excuse me. Okay, we're going to figure this out. And gave me some wonderful suggestions. Let me try this again. Let's see if that helps. Oh, yes. Again, forgive the dangling thread. I know it drives people crazy. So if you will look at the top where the sky is, that is finished. And I will tell you about that stitch in a minute because the lady talked to me about that and gave me a cheat sheet, and I'll show you that. Then I started tent stitch, or some people call it continental, for the rest of the design, which was their suggestion. Just make the sky something different. Give it some movement. The rest can be continental. And of course you're using, what are we using? Can I get that out? A large tapestry needle, which you cannot see because I'm wiggling. Big eye, because you're putting the yarn wool, it's wool in there. So this will be how large the piece will be. Now look at that sky again, and I'm going to show you on the cheat sheet what that stitch is. It was addictive, people. Once I started, I didn't want to put it down for anything, meals, you know, any other activity. Okay, I'm going to move all this, I think, and talk to you about the stitch. If you're a needle pointer, you're laughing at me right now. I'm learning. So she gave me the cheat sheet, and the one that I just stitched the sky in, is Diagonal Mosaic. I don't think you're going to be able to see that very well, but that's the stitch. And it looks difficult, but it is not. So I've got all kinds of stitches to learn. That shop is Fancy Stitches in Cleburne, Texas. If you're in Texas, it's worth a drive, let me tell you. So I'm needlepointing, and I do want to show you the beautiful wool, because we don't work with these fibers very often. These are by Anchor. They've gotten a little messy, but it was neatly arranged when I opened it. So we've got blacks, browns, beiges, off-whites, and then the beautiful blues and grays. So this is what I'll be using. But so much fun, and I think we can broaden our horizons. I don't think I'll ever be exclusively a needlepoint stitcher, but I have had fun working with it, and it's a good change when you don't feel like counting, because you just follow the canvas. So you're not counting stitches, you're just filling in. So that was fun, and I will someday show you that stocking. I did not have it put on a frame, and so it's cattywampus from the pull of the stitches, and I'm praying it can be blocked. I'm not finished. I haven't pulled it out in ages. I would say I'm 2/3 finished, but it's also by that company, Primavera, from Liberty. Okay, at that lovely shop where we were learning about my needlepoint piece, here's the wool I was using for the building. We kind of did a little shopping. The precious owner contributes from her shop to a charity to benefit great-grandsons, I believe, but all children with disabilities. And I want to say it's called Matthew's Basket. But guys, next time I'm down there, I'll get more information from her. So everything you buy from the section that is for the charity, you do not pay tax on. I hope that's okay to say. And it is 100% donated to this charity for children with disabilities. So my friend and I just had so much fun with our haul because we knew it all went to a good cause, and the prices were just amazing. People had donated items to be sold, but also stores. There's another store, I believe, in Arizona that also participates in this, and they also donate. So we got a darling pair of scissors with this cute little tassel. I have no idea what brand these were, but for $4 with the little tip cover, they work beautifully, and how pretty. And then I got some floss bobbins because sometimes I do still bobbinate if I want to put my colors on a ring. Paid 50 cents for those, and I know I'll use those. Then I got this San Antonio pattern by Tiny Modernist. And I want to do this for our daughter-in-law who is from San Antonio. So that will go in the Hope to Stitch list. It does give Anchor and DMC conversion, 50 cents. Then this is one I have wanted for such a long time, and I had never, excuse the crinkle, sprung for it. It's one of my favorite Lizzie Kates. I will definitely change the color palette. 100 Years is the name of it. Let me read it to you. 100 years from now, it will not matter what kind of car I drove, what kind of house I lived in, how much I had in my bank account, nor what my clothes looked like. But the world may be a better place because I was important in the life of a child. As an educator and a mom and a grandmother, this is just something to be read every day. So I don't know what color palette I'll use, but I definitely want to do that one sometime soon, or at least start it, because I think that's one I could travel well with. Words usually are easy to stitch. Then this was the find of the day. Someone had donated this beautiful long dog sampler called Bagatelle. It's an old one. I don't know that I've even looked at this one before, but I love it. You know those unicorns called to me. And look at those lions at the bottom. But what's the year on this? Oh, it doesn't say. I was hoping I could give you a year. But not only had they donated the pattern, this is 32 count blue spruce fabric. And guys, look at what they had already done. I'm not sure why they donated it. I mean, and her stitches are gorgeous. I mean, all kitted up. So my huge contribution to this is to finish. I finished this motif and the bird and this and this. I mean, that's all I've done. Also, all the DMC floss that you're gonna need. I need you to help me think, though, why most of it is B5200, which I understand on this blue, it's gorgeous. But what would you use the 415 for? Let me show you the design again. I would say she has, maybe an eighth of the floss is in this 415. I haven't decided what to do that in, if at all. I can just use all B5200. So if you have a great idea about that, let me know. But what a find. Now, the other suggestion I need, I know there's conversation all the time about stitching on dark fabric, but these holes are so close together that this is a challenging stitch. Even with my ot light, I may have to get a magnifying light. Maybe that's why it was donated. Maybe the person's eyes just couldn't do anymore. But look at that. That is striking. I don't want to give up on this. I want to push forward. So send me your suggestions. That was my amazing haul from the charity basket. And I think they plan to keep doing that particular fundraiser, so I hope we'll go back soon. We've promised each other we would. Okay, these are the things I ordered, or my husband ordered for me. I'm bad. I really am going to stop buying anything. But this particular pattern I'm showing you was the one I had mentioned before that had to be in this house. Before I show you that, my friend who is a needle pointer told me I needed the laying tool for my stitches to look pretty when I'm doing the tent stitch or the continental stitch. It's rather dangerous, I'm telling you. You have to be careful, but it does help you put those stitches or make the stitch lay beautifully as you're as you're pulling it through. You know what a laying tool is. I don't need to tell you about that. But this is called Trolley Needle Thread Controller, and she said it was her favorite. So it's for smocking, controlling multiple threads, positioning materials for gluing, good to know, machine stitching ruffles, seams, and hems, or applying sequins, so it does all kinds of things. Who knows what I'll use that for? Right now I'm using it for my needlepoint. Okay, and well, you know what? Oh, yeah, this is all I bought. I'm sorry, guys, I get scattered. When I went down to the Wild Cactus, our new needle workshop, to look for the fabric for my beach piece and my girl with the Dachshund, and she didn't have the color. That was when I came home and tea-dyed my fabric. But I did buy this adorable pattern by Artful Offerings. And you get the bird with the hoop and the thread and the needle. I absolutely love that. But you also get this one, Seeking Floss and Flax. And I pulled two variegated colors that I was going to ask you about for the bird instead of using the color that it calls for. The rest I will do in DMC. This one is Moe's Sail, Bonnie Blue Eyes, and it's subtle, very subtle variegation. And then this one is Moe's Sail, Deep Sea. It's a little more variegated. I may go with that one. But I thought that would make the bird so beautiful. So I'll have to pick one of those. from what I've seen of our bluebird in our neighborhood, I'm leaning toward this one, but you can't really tell in this light. I just wanted it to be a little bit variegated. So that was a purchase that will have to be done sooner rather than later. And here's the finale. I had mentioned to you Teresa Kogut's new releases, and this is the one we could not live without. It is called Treasury of Compassion. It is an ancient prayer. I'm going to do it. My husband picked out a variegated purple, and I'm waiting for that. 1, 2, 3 Stitch was out of it. It is a Valdani 6-ply, and it is called Primitive Purple, and it is variegated. I'm waiting for that. I ordered it from another company, and I'll share that with you if it comes soon. So I'm going to start this ASAP as soon as that purple floss comes in. And I got this beautiful fabric. It did come, the pattern and the fabric, from 1, 2, 3 Stitch. And it's not their fault when they run out of stuff, guys. I know, I just get frustrated. I am full of crinkles today, and I apologize. This is an 1/8 of a yard of 36 count cream ivory linen. It's just a beautiful neutral. So let me show you. Since it is 36 count, it won't be so big. Oh my goodness, I just can't wait. Let me read you this gorgeous prayer and we will close. Eternal God, in whom mercy is endless and the treasury of compassion inexhaustible, look kindly upon us and keep on increasing your mercy in us, that in difficult moments we might not despair, nor become despondent, but with great confidence submit ourselves to your holy will, which is love and mercy itself. Amen. Just beautiful. And at the bottom part of the motif, you see the angels. Isn't that the sweetest? So I'll be showing you that progress. I'm going to close, but I have a new Flosstuber that is new to me that I want to share with you. Please go and give her some love. She has probably 4 or 5 videos. She does model stitching for a designer called Mud Puppy Stitchery, I believe. But her name is Bethany, and the channel is Bethany Rutta, R-U-T-T-A. Sweet spirit, beautiful young mother. And if you love birds and you stitch birds, you are going to adore her channel. She also stitches outdoor scenes, and oh my goodness, I've just relaxed and enjoyed stitching with her. So please check her out, Bethany Rutta, R-U-T-T-A. I don't have a lot of birds that I've stitched. I love birds. My mother always loved birds, as did my husband's mother. But watching Bethany, it makes me want to pull out more and get them done. She's exclusively a DMC stitcher. She stitches from books a lot, like we purchase books, like my beach one I did. And she also stitches those model stitches for, I'm pretty sure it's Mud Puppy Stitchery. Anyway, have a wonderful August. I have missed you. Please comment. Please let me know how you are and what you're working on. Give me suggestions about that long dog and that dark fabric if you have time, or about the use of the light gray in that design, where you would put that. And also, if you're new, welcome. If you want to know any more about me, you can go to the video before this one, where I talked a little bit too much about me and a little not enough about my work. So you can go back to 112, I think it was, to learn a little bit more about crazy me. But I'm a very proud Nana right now, announcing that sweet grandbaby, and send love out to you wherever you are. Come back soon. Subscribe if you have not, and please comment. Thank you so much. Bye.